Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today is the 2nd of July 2021 and this is the Flight Sim News. So first up is the latest from the guys at Eagle Dynamics. One of the first things they posted is basically talking about the JF-17 and how cool it is, and then they go on to say the DCS World Summer Sale is your chance to take advantage of up to 50% savings on most of our modules and campaigns. Benefit from our new free-to-play program to sequentially try out multiple modules before making a decision on your next fighter, helicopter, or map. And then if you go to the shop, the JF-17 is $63.99. So I like how they say up to 50% off. And this is one that just never budges when it comes to sales. And it's not worth $80 to me. So kind of a bummer. And something else I noticed that I thought was kind of weird. Since when is the Syria map $59.99? When did they jack that up? I swear to God, this map was always $50, just like all the rest of them except for Normandy. All right, next up. The guys at Eagle Dynamics are talking about the latest patch, and they said we've added implementation of the ammo counter panel. KMGU2 fixes have been made, and we've resolved engine control desync issues. Looking ahead, our priorities are on Petrovich AI upgrades, including flying skills, further resolving desync issues in multiplayer, enhancing air-to-ground missile sight picture in VR and 2D, and improving overall key binding logic. We are also actively working on known issues and newfound bugs. Thanks for reporting. And then they show a pretty cool image of that panel. And then next they talk about it again. They go, the Petrovich will now inform you when reaching your desired course altitude or speed, and he will confirm ROE orders for the air-to-ground missile launches. Although Petrovich has errors in determining distance to target for now, he will dramatically range plus minus 300 meters. In later updates, we will improve the error modeling by taking into account all the factors that play a role in building this error. There's a fantastic image there of the Hind in action. And then again, more Hind news. Petrovich will now be responsible for countermeasures and will automatically select new ones when required. We're now working on giving him an interface for the ASO2V panel. We've also added a delay in response from Petrovich interface. This delay emulates the time between commands being given and heard over the crew intercom. Work on the Petrovich voiceovers also continues apace. And then there's another awesome image of the Hind there. And then lastly, they're talking about the Marianas again. DCS Marianas is running on our latest Edge 2.7 graphics engine. To fly this map, you'll need to download the latest open beta and head over to the module manager. We're looking forward, as ever, to your feedback. Please check out the Marianas release trailer. And again, if you missed it earlier this week, the Marianas map is out and it's free. For everybody who has DCS World. Even if you don't own a module, you can take the free version and cruise the T-51 or the Su-25 around the Marianas map. That's pretty cool. A little bit of fun with sightseeing, and that's something I'm going to be doing when I get done with this news bit. So I'm going to take this stuff and throw it in the video description as usual so you can check it out for yourself. Here's a little something I saw at the AOA Simulations page. It says, smell what the team is cooking now. And to me, that looks like an osprey, doesn't it? Not quite sure what that is, but at a glance, I'm thinking osprey. I know these guys do a lot of stuff for like, X-Plane and I think even Microsoft Flight Simulator. There was supposed to be something for DCS from these guys too, but I can't keep up with what they're doing half the time. But this is a really cool image, and I'll throw this in the video description as usual so you can check it out for yourself. So the guys at Virpil are running a promotion. They go on to say, hello Virpils, improving the VPC ordering experience is always high on our list of goals. Order processing and dispatch timeframes are something we get asked about a lot. We have continued to rapidly expand our production capacity, and despite the continued high demand, the lead time on back orders has been cut down from 5 to 6 weeks to 1 to 3 weeks for most items moving forwards. I like how they put forwards. These guys don't write English very well. Shipping costs is another topic we often discuss with customers. While we have worked with our partner couriers to bring these costs down, larger, heavier orders can still unfortunately incur high shipping costs. And then the image there basically tells all. We've heard the community demands. Today we're pleased to announce the Virpil Controls free shipping summer promotion. From the 1st of July, to better facilitate large orders on Virpil Controls worldwide web store, we are now offering free economy shipping on orders over €700 and free express shipping on orders over €1,000 placed in the summer of 2021. Just select the new free shipping option at checkout. Used in conjunction with our flight stick, control panel, and collective bundle discounts. Summer 2021 is the time to create your new VPC cockpit or expand your existing one. And then there's a link that takes you over to their site. Isn't €700 something like $1,000 US? So it's nice to see when you're placing a big order, they'll give you that free shipping. But man, I wish they can just get a US store going and have some stock over here. And maybe I can actually get one of them throttles. I would really love to get my hands on one of them throttles, but I just can't afford it, man. It's crazy, you know. Doing this flight sim news thing does not make the money that like these other guys do on YouTube make, so that's for sure. But anyways, I will throw a link to this in the video description as usual, so you can check it out for yourself. Alright, the latest dev diary has been posted about 7 hours ago, and it's number 285. It says, "Dear pilots, today's developer diary has 2 cool items to announce. First, you can't stage a Normandy invasion without some dashing British gents jumping out of airplanes, so we built some." And then there's an image. Next, we are excited to announce that our next payware historical scripted campaign is coming soon, and it's called Steel Birds. Pre-orders will begin next week for that, and there's an image of the cover. Created by our master mission specialist, Alex Black6 Timoshkov. Steelbirds focuses on the Focke-Wulf 190A5 operations in the Kuban Theater in late 1943. You'll take on the role of newly appointed flight commander in blah 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 under the command of blah blah. This group has just completed a retraining program and is relocated to Anapa Airfield to support the operations of the German 17th Army. And yes, sorry about the blah blahs, but I'm not even going to try to pronounce some of that stuff. The campaign is set from April 14th to May 16th, 1943. It is centered around the struggle for a bridgehead at Operation Neptune and 2 major Soviet offenses in the area of that place, which ended with the withdrawal of German troops to a new line of defense in early May. The sharp increase of Soviet air strength in the Kuban led to one of the largest and fiercest air battles ever on the Eastern Front. In this difficult situation, you have to strike artillery batteries, transport and armored columns, airfields, and battle formations of enemy advancing troops. We'll have more about Steel Birds next week when we formally launch pre-orders for this historically bases campaign. Come on, Jason, you're American. You could proofread this stuff. Release is scheduled for August. Some images from Steel Birds are below, and there's a bunch of really cool images there. Some nice images there. And then lastly and finally, we have some images from the new Advanced Quick Mission interface that is coming later this summer. We saved our old campaign system technology and have laid it over the existing QMB to give you the added depth for missions that can be created quickly. We think this will be an entertaining new feature that will allow you to fly missions with more structure, but not be as big a commitment as the pilot career or simplistic as the QMB battles. This new AQM, alongside our other mission-making tools, such as the existing QMB, Pilot Career, and Mission Builder, plus all the great third-party apps like the PWCG by Pat Wilson and EMG by Sin Vader, give the Great Battle series an amazing number of options for creating entertaining mission content. And then there's a couple of images of that down here. I will definitely throw a link to this in the video description as usual, so you can check it out for yourself. All right, last up is a pretty cool article I saw the other day over at Tweaktown. It goes on to say, Flight Simulator engine rewrite doubles FPS, reduces the CPU and RAM usage. So the guy goes on to say, Microsoft's Flight Simulator used to be one of the most demanding PC games ever made, but a new update introduces significant engine optimizations that drastically reduce hardware usage. We have rewritten a lot of the parts of the engine, the architecture, in order to get the maximum performance of the sim and minimize resource memory bandwidth footprint. And that is from the CEO of the Asobo studio himself. We finished doing our test, and PC is very complex platform, so I can't say everybody is going to get the same frame rates or other performance boosts. And then there's an image here of what they got going on with Update 5, and it says, before the update, the game about... Again, what is it with these? Does anybody proofread anything before putting it online? This is the kind of shit that irritates the hell out of me, because my background is writing. I actually write much better than I talk, and I've written about PC games, simulations, hardware, video games, tabletop games, etc. for a few decades now. And it just kills me that, like, this stuff is not proofread. So anyways, it says, before the update, the game about 35 to 40 FPS with 100% CPU and 16 gigabyte of RAM memory used in a congested New York City Manhattan scene on a PC with an i7 9700K GeForce RTX 2060 Super with ultra graphics and upscaled 4K visuals. After update 5, the frames per second was practically doubled. RAM usage was down to just 4.7 gigabytes. That's a 70% reduction. And then they go on to say, we did 2 forms of improvements, a lot of CPU optimization and rear architecting, and moving things around with some GPU improvements too. Again, that one doesn't really read that well either. With Sim Update 5, the game hits around 55 to 60 FPS without hardly any stutters. The CPU is only taxed by 75% and the GPU was pushed to 100%. And then they say the CPU is 75% only so it truly moved the work over, and now the CPU is free, so now you can even run other stuff in the background, which is not going to make your sim stutter anymore. You can see the memory is down to 14 gigabyte and the sim is down from 16 to 4.7 gigabyte. Not sure what that meant either. You could see the memory is down to 14 gigabyte and the sim is down from 16 to 4.7. Whatever. Frame rate is 54 FPS. In this case, it's really hard for the system. And from the look of things, I believe this was taken from a thing that they had done online. I want to say like a dev diary thing where they were live talking about it, and that's what these quotes are from, if I'm correct. But anyway, it goes to show at the bottom here, there's a little video you can click on, and it says Sim Update 5 will release July 27th on the PC. That's fantastic news because it did run a bit sluggish. I had it for a little bit on the Game Pass and, played around with it here and there, and, down low it didn't do nothing for me, and they didn't have helicopters yet. My understanding is there is a couple helicopters floating around out there, but helicopters, I guess, aren't officially supported yet. So that's interesting. I'm going to definitely take a look at this after July 27th once they've done the improvements. And, maybe I'll actually finally buy a copy. But right now it's just too easy to get on the Game Pass, and not have to shell out all that much. So that is it for the Flight Sim News for today, guys. As always, thanks so much for watching, and do please subscribe to the channel. I've been trying for a while to hit 5K, and I just can't do it. I don't know, man. The views are reasonable and decent and, par for the course, but subs are down. It just seems to be the one thing that is hardest to get people to do, and it doesn't cost you anything to do it. So many people, I can read the statistics for all the videos, and so many people aren't subscribers that watch it. There's way more people that watch the channel that don't subscribe, and it doesn't cost you anything or hurt you to actually just click the subscribe button. So if you could, please subscribe. It helps the channel out. Also, feel free to make a comment or suggestion. Definitely hit that like button. If you don't like something, hit the other button. Any of those buttons you click help out with the algorithm because it makes it more interactive, and it just makes placement a lot better overall for the channel. So please hit the like button. Please subscribe to the channel. And as always, guys, until next time.